Hello, CQ. Whoops. CQ. Hello, CQ. CQ, the Old Friends Net. Time for the Tuesday edition of the Old Friends Get Together. This is W4MEC, your net control for today. The Old Friends Net meets 3 times a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8 a.m. and Sundays at 4 p.m. Frequency is always 3715, plus or minus vintage gear. And this net is well focused on vintage AM equipment. Anybody that can generate an AM signal is welcome to join us. And it's a great place to sell stuff and ask around if one of us has something you might need. And the net is also carried out in the old-fashioned roundtable style. So I will check a couple times throughout the net for check-ins. So let's get started, see who wants to play. Those wishing to participate, please give W4MEC a call. Come now.
Good morning, Charlie. WA4LLR.
N4LQ.
W4ARK.
WA4EVK.
Okay, I had a double with Buddy here, and we'll sort that out and get him in the right spot. So far I got Dave, WA4LLR, Steve, N4LQ, Buddy, WB4ARK, and Boone, WA4EVK. Who was that double?
K4GDN.
Okay, George, I'm going to put you after Buddy. Anybody else want to join us for round number 1? Have to make me a truncated preamble there. Anyway, I guess some of them are going to Orlando. So our net today is Dave, WA4LLR, Steve, N4LQ, Buddy, WB4ARK, George, K4GDN, and Boone, WA4EVK. And George, when you have a double with Buddy, and the only one I get is Buddy, and you got a strong signal this morning, so, because all I heard was ARK once you dropped out. So, got a good signal up here. Anyway, we got 32 degrees, and it's clear, beautiful day outside. Most of the ice has melted. I got a couple spots with some snow. That's underneath that's frozen on the drive, but basically the drive is walkable, so you don't have to go slipping and killing yourself on that. So, but I still got piles of snow out here, just waiting to melt. Anyway, let's see what else. So we'll get started with the group here, WA4LLR, and the group W4MEC.
All right. W4MEC and the old friends, WA4LLR. Good morning to everybody. Everybody's sounding good up here into the eastern jungles of Yancey County, where we have 30 degrees and clear, very windy. Hopefully the winds will die down some today. But had a nice day yesterday, except it was a little breezy. But we got out and did a little bit of pruning on some trees and bushes that I've been putting off. Well, they say February is the time of year to do some pruning, so we'll see how that works out. Running the ART-13 and the R390A this morning. So let's go down to Shelby. N4LQ, WA4LLR.
WA4LLR, N4LQ. Yeah, somebody keeps tuning up on us there. But sounding good on the ART-13 here, Dave. And Charlie, you're sounding good and strong. And even George was real strong. So look like we're going to have a good morning here. It's 37 degrees, going up to about 59 or something like that today. and another sunny day, so that's good. Well, let's see. Yesterday I did some more plumbing and installed a couple of cutoff valves, one on each side of the house filter, so that'll make it easier to change. I'm getting real accustomed to working with PEX pipe, and got all the tools and everything I need, I think. So anyway, let's go ahead and go around, turn it over to Buddy, WB4ARK, N4LQ.
N4LQ, WB4ARK. Well, I'm not exactly sure who it goes to. I was messing with my TR switch, and that wire came loose, and one of those Rube Goldberg things, and I missed who it goes to. I know there was a pile up there, but I think it maybe goes to George. We'll sort that out in a minute. The weather here today is clear, and sun is out. We've got good sunshine coming from the east, so I think it's going to warm up a little quicker today. Yesterday was rather overcast, and we had a little slight drizzle yesterday afternoon at about 1:30 or so. And so 1:30 or 2 o'clock, and that was down towards Duncan's house, but it did not rain. It just was a couple of sprinkles, and so we did not have any precipitation yesterday. And it looked like it could rain any minute, but it didn't. So anyhow, that's the deal yesterday. So we'll send it on to George and hope that's correct. K4GDN, WB4ARK.
WB4ARK in the groups, K4GDN. You got it right. Everybody's coming in here well this morning in Myrtle Beach. It's clear. It was about 38 at 7 o'clock. It's in the mid-40s here in the shack. It's supposed to warm up into about the 50s today. Not quite as warm as it was yesterday. We're running the Helicrafter station, the HT32B, driving the Homebrew 811 linear, getting about 125 watts carrier out and receiving on an SX100. As far as projects, I got my generator running again. I had to replace the ignition coil. This is an older Coleman 4.5 kW. I think they call them a Power Max. It's got a it starts with a W. The motor, can't remember the name, but it uses a magneto type ignition. No points, just a coil and a magnet on the flywheel. Tecumseh engine's what it is. Had to replace that coil. Like I said, there's no points or anything. It's just trying to have a magnet. Got it running yesterday. Other than that, things seem to be going pretty well down here in Myrtle Beach. So with that, we'll pass it on to Moon, WA4EVK in the group, K4GDN.
K4GD in the group, WA4EVK. Well, I hope I'm being heard this morning. I run the AF68 barefoot for a little bit to see if the distortion is still in there, and let me know for I got another trick or two. It's a chilly 30 here this morning. Beautiful sunshine though, and I'm hoping for a warm enough day to get some other things done that it's been too cold for a few weeks. But being a little bit patient. That's about it here. I'm going to send it back to Charlie, W4MEC, WA4EVK.
Very good, Moon, WA4EVK, and the group, W4MEC. Do we have any others that would like to join us? Come now. Okay, nothing heard. short group today. It's been working on, that's what I got to do is start the trimming process there, especially some of these vines on the trees here, get them cut and pulled down as I can. My 160 meter inverted V, we got all those high winds that unplugged, and while the house end of the feed line just dropped in the bushes, the tree end of the feed line blew up in the air and was flying around, and it got caught on this there's a tree out there, shoot, poplar, and actually it got caught on the vine growing up the side of the poplar. It had no leaves on it because it was like winter time, and one of the branches went through the holes in the window line, and it's up about 30 feet up in this tree.
For this
and it's hung up there, skewered by that branch, so I'm not sure how to get that down. I can grab the end of it with something, and I can pull on it, but it's kind of a mess, so might have to cut the whole vine down, which is good. So, but you know, they attach themselves like glue to a tree, so probably the vine will break off before I get to the part that's got the window line stuck in it. So kind of odd. Might not have happened if it was summertime because the vine would have been full of leaves. So, but great luck here. So anyway, been working on this fixer-upper me and the wife picked up, and thanks for the information about the furnace there, Dave, and looking up parts for it, and it basically says no parts are available, so I'm looking at thermocouples, see if I can substitute one, and if I can't, then I'll have to talk to you about the best replacement for that heater that would heat 1,000 square feet. So, and it's a pretty simple home. It's 1,000 square feet, all open. You know, it's the heater's central to the whole place, right in the middle of the house. So some kind of forced air gas for that thing would be nice. So anyway, things you gotta fix. And, you know, someone stole the heat pump out of that house, and both the inside unit and the outside unit. And so looking into just replacing that too. I got a friend that works for Johnstone Supply. He might be able to get me one wholesale or pretty cheap, you know, just a basic unit. Never a carrier, don't ever buy a carrier, but a basic unit. We'll find out and get this place going here. So let's start over again. WA4 LLR in the group W4MEC.
All right, Charlie. W4MEC and the group WA4LLR. Well, don't give up on that one yet. Take that thermocouple off and take it to one of the gas companies. They should be able to get you another thermocouple. There's a company called Controls, and I don't believe they sell directly to the public. I think they only sell to gas companies, dealers, so on and so forth. And if the person in service at any of the gas companies, service manager, can't find that particular thermocouple, then he's not doing his job, because there used to be quite a few of them. That block that's in the little copper line it goes to a limit switch, and which if you have an overheating situation, it's probably a flue gas temperature limit switch, which is designed to open if it gets too hot, and causes the valve to snap shut. So don't give up on it yet. Take that thermocouple and go to one of the gas companies and see if they can't get your replacement part for that. That's where I would start. But if the thermocouple's good, when it's hot, it ought to be putting out, 30, 40, 50 milliamps of current. But the way what you described is, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. The only other thing that would have it killed is if that limit switch was bad. but I'd still try that thermocol. I'm curious. You said it was. Is that a ducted furnace, or is it a floor furnace, or I'm just curious. Anyway, I hope you get your window line free from the clinging vine. And everybody's sounding good up here today. George, you're sounding good on the HT32B. Boone, the F68 sounds good and strong, and I don't hear any distortion, but you know, I'm not the best authority on people's signals. Most of the time, if they're intelligible, they're all right, unless it's a giant hum or something. But buddy, glad you got through a day with no rain, and unless you're really needing it down there. Most of our ice is melted out up here as well, so I'm happy about that. Space weather is rather calm today. Sunspot count is 84, solar flux index is 142, and the K is 2. A few items from this day in history, not a red letter history day, but let's see. On this day in 2002, former Yugoslavian president Milosevic goes on to trial for war crimes. On this day in 1809, Charles Darwin was born. On this day in 1893, military leader General Omar Bradley was born. Let's see what else is happening. Abraham Lincoln was born on this day in 1809. 1909, the NAACP was founded. On this day in 1917, the American schooner Lyman Law was sunk by a Austrian submarine. On this day in 1941, German General Erwin Rommel arrived in Africa. And on this day in 1973, U.S. prisoners of war began to be released by Hanoi as part of the Paris Peace Settlement. So that's about the size of this day in history. Down to you, Stephen. 4LQ, WA4LLR.
WA4LLR, N4LQ. Interesting. That's quite a, I don't know if that was a coincidence or ironic or what. Lincoln born on this day in 1809 and the NAACP on this day in 1909. That's 100 years. Let's see here. Boone, I zoned out and I didn't even think about listening to you, so it's being recorded so we can go back and listen to it. When I heard you check in, I thought it sounded good, so I'd say you're probably made some progress. I'm interested in what you did. And Charlie, I got to thinking about your feed line unplugging itself in the wind. Well, that could be a good feature, I guess, to take the stress off things. And maybe you could put a weight or something on it to keep it from going up in the tree when that happens. Or I got to thinking about a twist lock type plug, male females, and I started looking at them on Amazon here. You can get male female AC plugs that twist lock, or there's some with push buttons on them too that would make that interesting. It's a bit of an investment. It's like $15 for the pair, but it may be something to look at. Anyway, I am on the 32V3 this morning, and going to take the XYL back to the doctor again to get a checkup. She had 2 checkups before the first eye surgery, cataract surgery, and then she had to have a follow-up checkup after the surgery, and then another one the next week. So there's 5 trips, and then the next eye is next week, and then there's 2 follow-up checkups for that. And then she has to go back to her regular eye doctor to be certified or whatever. So tell you what, there's a lot of travel involved in this, but I think it's going to be worth it. Anyway, let's turn it over to Buddy, the WB4ARK N4LQ.
N4LQ, WB4ARK. All right, Steve. Well, I'm glad she's doing well. My surgeries went very well. I had a stent installed in each eye for drainage to help with my glaucoma, and that's proved to be beneficial. It's nice when your doctor does, your basic eye doctor does the whole everything, but it's not always the case. Well, Charlie, I'm glad you're getting that vine down. That could be an issue with that tree. I've found many trees to be eventually killed by vines, and anytime I see one growing up a tree, I cut it out, cut it off at the bottom and let it die. But I'm on the 32V3 this morning, still using that one, and I'm running 3716 right now. Yeah, the 32V3 is working pretty well today. And Boone, your signal was quite strong. You had a very, very strong signal this morning, and it sounded crystal clear. I have my headphones on, and it really sounded good. So I think you've got the issue taken care of there. So we'll send it on to George. K4GDN, WB4ARK.
WB4ARK, the old friends, K4GDN. Yeah, the vines are a problem. We have a problem with vines when we lived up there in Roebuck and Spartanburg County, and it's definitely a problem down here. Any of the trees that are on our property, I see a vine going up, and I cut it myself. And Charlie, I've got the type of disconnectors you use on my lateral line, but it's all inside the shack. When I'm not on an antenna, I connect it to ground, and I use the arrangement that you put in the electric radio with the AC, the 110 volt AC connectors, and it seems to work good. And they are pretty. The ones I'm using are Leviton connectors, plugs and receptacles, and they're pretty strong. It would take a pretty good whack to get one done, but I guess that would save you from bringing the antenna down. But I've been very pleased with those. As a matter of fact, well, I'm not on that now. I'm on the infrared dipole right now, but anytime I'm using the regular dipole, it's going through a connector to get there. And talking about the doctors, I had I guess a semi-annual type physical yesterday. I'm getting 4 physicals a year now, and they draw blood every time. The VA has gone to 2 physicals a year, or at least they did the last time I had my physical. They decided to give me one every 6 months, and my regular doctor does an annual health check and then one in between. So hopefully I'm making enough blood to get through. Anyway, that's about what the situation is here. And everybody's coming in well here this morning. There's a little bit of QSB, but everybody's easily copyable. Everybody's over S9, even with the QSB. So with that, Boone's coming to you. WA4, EVK, and the group, K4GDN.
K4GDN and the group, WA4EVK. Fine business, George. I have a friend that has VA coverage, and they keep him hopping sometimes, but they take good care of him. This is without the linear, and I'm going to try it, guys, with the linear and see if the distortion comes back or what happens. WA4EVK now on the linear, and I'm going to turn it back up to Charlie. W4MEC to take it, WA4EVK.
Okay. WA4EVK and a group W4MEC. Well, the rig without the linear sounded good. When you turned it on, it sounded better. I think it improved the audio, even though it was stronger, but you're good to strong here already, so it's sounding good today. I don't know what the issue was before, but it's doing well. And let's see, what else we got? Lincoln's birthday. Yeah, you know, a lot of places in the South never celebrated that, so now they call it President's Day. But I'm trying to remember. I don't remember getting Lincoln's birthday off as a kid, but somewhere along the line it started, maybe when they changed the name. But anyway, what else we got here? Okay, that's about it. I got my brain so focused on this other project. Yeah, those vines, they get away from me. I got some serious work to do. I got to cut down my pampas grass. I haven't trimmed it back and get out there and get all that stuff cut down and loaded on the trailer. I got tons of sticks. I haven't picked anything up. I have tons of sticks here. Most of them been frozen to the ground. I haven't been able to pick them up. And yesterday I tried a couple of them, and the day before they were still frozen to the ground. And yesterday they were free. So I get out of here and pick up my sticks here, and the whole yard is covered with sticks and branches. And I realized I had an oak over there, branches, low branches broke in two, and it's on half of it's on the ground, the other half's still up in the trees. You got a pole saw out for that one. So I got a lot of work to do, and not even mention my darn pond. My pond looks like a disaster area down there. So with all the crap that's laying around. But man, I need to fill it. I haven't done that, but everything's been so frozen. So never something to not do. And they actually charge you to live on these plants. I was listening to the news yesterday about Greenville, South Carolina, and talking about the property taxes down there compared to the rest of the country. It said the median property tax down there is $2,600 a year. And I'm going, good grief, I don't know what I'd do if I had to pay $2,600 a year in property taxes, living on a dead-end road, you know, they very seldom take care of, and got my own septic, my own well, and, you know, I really don't get anything from the county except maybe once a year they come and grade the road, so they don't even pick up the garbage. And I'd hate to pay that much for that, and I don't see how they justify it, to be honest with you. And but I'm glad I don't live down in Greenville County. So WA4LLR, the group W4MEC.
W4MEC, WA4LLR. Okay, Charlie. Yeah, the taxes here in Yancey County since the reassessment have doubled. So they're on a ever increasing spiral, it seems like. Boom. You, without the amplifier, you were very strong and very clear. And when you went to the amp, you were a bit stronger, but you don't need it from my location. You're very loud without it. But to me, you were just a tiny bit more clear without it, but there was not enough distortion to be objectionable. And it may have just been the way this receiver's tuned. So Charlie said you sounded even better with the amp, so there you go. But man, without it, you were just blistering in up here. So the old AF68's doing a bodacious job for you. And Buddy, the 32V3 sounds good as well. That's two of them on there this morning. Steve's got one. And George running the Hallicrafter station is doing a good job. So everybody is sounding good. And Charlie, I hope you can get that furnace going and not have to replace it. Well, I think I'm going to bow out on this one and go in search of some breakfast, but I have enjoyed it. Good band conditions. Charlie, thanks for calling it. And everybody have a great day. Enjoy the milder weather. And Lord willing, we will get together again Sunday afternoon. So 7-3, God bless, and talk to you later. N4LQ, WA4LLR.
All right, WA4LLR, N4LQ. 73's there, Dave. Have a good day. And let's see, Boone, yeah, you sound like you did last, I don't know, Sunday or whatever, or Tuesday, when you turned the amp on. So yeah, you can go listen to it when we're done, see what you think. It does sound like it's, I don't know, it sounds almost like you turned your audio gain up too high or something when you went to the amp, and it's doing something there, but it's not serious. But anyway, there you go. Let's see. I went to get my Medicare wellness check up yesterday, and I managed to pass all the mental gymnastics. I had to repeat the months of the year backwards, starting with December and going backwards to January. And that takes a little thought, but I got through that okay. And then I had to count from 20 to 0 backwards, and that was the easiest thing I ever heard of. But I guess it could be a problem for some people. I asked her, what are you going to do about it if I can't do this? She said, well, I don't know. But anyhow, had a little swelling in the ankles, very minor. And she says she's sending me in for a ankle brachial test. I said, what? It's an ankle brachial test. And that's, I just looked it up. Sure enough, ankle brachial, it's B-R-A-C-H-I-A-L instead of brachial, whatever. They check the blood pressure in your arm and check it on your ankles. And if there's a difference, that means that there's a problem with circulation. So that's something. It says here anybody 65 or older should have this test. So it checks for restrictions in the circulation system, I guess. And I guess that is about it from here. Going to be a busy day today, so I will turn it on over and I'll listen to the end. To Buddy, WB4ARK, N4LQ.
N4LQ, WB4ARK. Well, my ankles are just a tad larger than they used to be, but my shoe ties up about where it used to, so I don't worry about it too much. Anyhow, I guess that's about all I've got to cover today. Got more work to do over at Duncan's shop, and so we'll get on over there after we get some breakfast and do a little work. I get a lot of walking in and going up and down ladders and stuff like that. So I'm not too sedentary, so it takes care of itself, I guess. I don't know. I had a friend that whose ankles were quite large, and I think he had I think he had high blood sugar issues and so forth, so but we won't go there. Anyhow, that's it, and we will hope to be on Sunday. No Super Bowl this weekend, but we do have the Daytona race. So we'll see what happens there. So K4GDN. Oh, and thanks for calling the net, Charlie. K4GDN, WB4ARK.
WB4ARK and the old friends, K4GDN. And 73 to everybody who's checking out. I guess I'll make this my last one here. And like I said, I had my physical yesterday. They didn't ask me any questions. I guess that'll be the one in 6 months where I have to draw the clock and indicate what time it is and tell them something backwards. So far, haven't had any problems with my ankles, but I have heard that could indicate some difficulty somewhere. Anyway, I'm going to say 73 on this one. I'm going to listen to the end. Charlie, thanks for calling the net. And I'm going to run down to Charleston this weekend. I'm going to shoot in a 800-yard match, F-class type match on Saturday. So Boone's coming to you. WA4EVK Indigo. Oh, by the way, Boone, your signal did come up. I didn't notice a whole lot of difference in the audio quality. It's easily understandable either way. So WA4EVK in the group, K4GDN. 73, guys.
K4GDN in the group, WA4EVK. Appreciate it, George. Boy, the signals are great this morning. I have enjoyed it. And thank you, Charlie, for holding the net. And we'll go from there. I'm hoping to get some things done outside with this weather before we have a round of rain or whatever. And with that, I'm going to send it back to Charlie. W4MEC to take it, WA4EVK.
Okay, WA4EVK and the old friends W4MEC. All right, fellas. Well, bailing on me early, so that's okay. That's why it's a great net. And I guess when we have a big crowd, about as much as we can do is 2 rounds, so we can pretty much catch up in 2 rounds. Good luck in the match there. And 800 yards. We do that at the club here, but we only got 300, and that they shoot at, and bench rest is some of those rifles got a barrel that looks like something out of a tractor axle, and those guys get a little picky, and they'll shoot one bullet and clean the barrel. So there's some deadly shots there, so it's amazing. If you want to shoot a stationary target with a rifle that weighs 20 pounds, I guess. So anyway, have fun with that. And I sent a query to Williams if they have that part still available there, Dave, and see what they say. The hard part is that block with the terminals on it, and there is no way to read milliamps out of that device because there's a small copper tube coming from the thermocouple. So I guess it's transferring heat back into the gas valve some way, shape, or form. Either that or it's a piece of coaxial cable with a center conductor down the middle of it. I don't know. But anyway, I'll still keep fooling with it and see what we can do. So anyway, Steve, you're the last one that hasn't officially signed out, so I'll let you close it out there. I'll shut down the net. You got anything you want to say, just go ahead and throw it out there. And thanks for everybody that checked in. We'll look for you on Sunday. So take it easy. It's W4MEC 773 and shutting down the old Friends Net for Thursday. Bye-bye.
Okay, real good. Is Boone still here?
Roger that.
Okay, I was looking on the spectrum here. Yeah, you're 50 kcs wide on the modulation peaks with the amp on, so you'll see that. You'll see that on the screen when you go look at it. N4LQ. I'll be clear, 73.
Hey, Steve, hold on a minute, if you would.
Yeah, okay. I got time.
Okay, just a minute. Let me back off the mic gain a little bit over.
Okay. So you're on the amp, right?
Roger.
All right, let me look at it a second here. You have to talk.
I backed off the modulation a little bit. How does that sound?
Well, that's about right. I think that helped quite a bit.
Okay, good. I just overdriving the audio section of this thing, I think. Not sure why, because it's been the same way for a couple of years, but who knows? Maybe the battery's getting a little weaker. Over.
Yeah, you're fitting right into the 6kc passband now, but you were, no kidding, you were out there 25 kcs above and below the center frequency. Pretty good chunk of spectrum.
Yeah, I don't think that one is too good to be doing. Thanks a lot for helping out. WA4EVK will be clear. I'll talk to you on the 1864 tonight. WA4EVK will be clear.
Okay, 73, N4LQ, I'll be clear.